right, everybody. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? It's good old Friday night, everybody, man. I know I don't go live much, but man, I'm on here on this good old Friday night because I want to get active. I really want to get active. I got my equipment coming and everything. Man, it's about to get lit on here, man. I'm getting all. What I'm doing is, even though I not be on here consistent, but I'm getting my facts ready because I got a lot of topics to talk about, man. Because man, it's a time, man. I'm about to get with it though with y'all, but man, it's good to be on here on this good old Friday night. Man, I'm about to chop it up though. I'm not even gonna get on the four self-improvement, the 4 keys to self-improvement. I'm actually gonna skip that today because man, I couldn't wait for this to be the next topic on a Wednesday, and I had to share it with y'all tonight. But man, y'all see the title though. My thoughts as Kevin Samuels as a life coach. But before I really give my thoughts on what I thought about Kevin Samuels as a life coach, let me go ahead and talk about this though. Look on the screen on the banner though. The thoughts on Umar Johnson on what he said about Kevin Samuels, and then after I've played a video, I'm gonna play a reaction video. After I play that reaction video, I'm gonna give my full thoughts, what I thought about Kevin Samuels as a life coach. But all right, let me get this video ready real quick for y'all.
I didn't support it at all.
Okay.
I thought it was divisive. I thought it was very Eurocentric in his approach to criticism. I think his expectations for women were very superficial in terms of what was important. There was a heavy focus on how much you make and how good you look. No woman is going to look good forever.
No.
They're going.
All right, let me counter into this real quick. He said he thought it was like heavy on what women look and all that. Well, a lot of times it is though. A lot of times where men attract women as on how good they look. That's our first instinct to attract women. So you gotta look good as you can for as long as you can for the longest time you're around. So he basically telling them to just get on themselves and be disciplined. That's what he mean. That's what he really mean, but he looking at it in a different way. So let me keep on going with this video.
They're going to get pregnant. They're going to get older. To me, telling women that you are too fat or too small or too broke, and that's the reason why you don't have a man, that is psychopathological and it is destructive to our community.
Hey, yo, what the fuck? Man, let me explain it, though. This dude sound like a sensitive dude, though. Like, he got on men, too. Like, don't get it twisted. When you heard Kevin Samuels talk, he got on the men just as well as the females. Like, he talked to females more. That's the only reason why he might think he got on females and not the men. But yeah, every interview I seen him interview with men, too, he got on men, too. Like, yo, you don't make enough. Yo, you shouldn't even be on here talking to me right now. You should be working at a job right now. You should be getting on your hustle. Man, to be a man, you really should be working like he basically said like 60 to 80 hours a week though. So all right, let me carry on. It's still a little bit more to this video.
I did not agree with his approach at all. And the fact that he did have a lot of people who did speaks to how decadent and speaks to how self-hating we can be as a people. And I'll be honest with you, I think a lot of the women who supported Kevin Samuels supported him because they don't like other black women, and they enjoyed sitting back on their couch, sipping their tea, and watch this black man tear black women's self-esteems to shreds.
All right, y'all, that was the end of that video right there. Man, the dude right there. Man, so he basically saying basically the reason why other women was watching Kevin Samuels because they don't like other black women and they enjoy seeing Kevin Samuels break them down. Let me tell you this though. Translation, what he mean is like he just enjoy seeing Kevin Samuels broken down. He's bitter and everything. He ain't like what Kevin Samuels told him. So that's why he feel the way he feel. Like, okay, you don't gotta agree with everybody, but just to sit there and say that is crazy. And there was one statement he said, that women, it shouldn't be judged on a woman being too broke, too small, or too fat. For one, he never told a woman she need to make more money to date a high value man. Never, ever, ever in his once life told women that you need to make more because a man ain't gonna look at your value if you make this amount. Never. Maybe for men, but not no women. And then he said about the part where they either too small or too big. He never said nothing about them being too small. Never once have he said about a girl being too small that they won't be dateable. All right, he did say a girl's that's overweight, that's heavy set. He would say straight up they might be fat, but he's only saying that because honestly, that's the truth that you're not going to attract many men if you overweight. Though you're not going to attract men like that. I mean, of course, sometimes you're gonna have some dudes that holler at big girls, but at the same time, big girls don't got no competition when it comes down to girls that's like fit, like that take care of themselves. It shows that they take care of themselves when they small. I'm not coming at nobody image or no big girls or nothing like that, but at the same time, when you show your discipline when you're not overweight, that's the difference. It shows how disciplined you are when you're not overweight. So Kevin Samuels was basically telling them reason why he's telling them that they fat is showing that they're not disciplined. They're not keeping themselves together. You overweight. You showing that you eat anything that you want, and you probably are going out drinking and stuff. You're not taking care of yourself. You're not taking yourself serious. So that's why he was saying that, though. It gets you on your toes. Like, all right, I ain't doing what I'm supposed to do. Let me change that because he right. Like, but nah, a lot of them want to just believe what they want to hear because they ain't want to hear the truth. So that's my thought on that video with Omar, what he had to say about Kevin Samuels. But let me break down what I actually thought as Kevin Samuels overthrow as a life coach. Like my own full thoughts as him as a life coach, man. He gave the raw truth. Like we all need it. I need it and everything. Like I'm gonna even be honest with it with myself. I'm gonna shout my own big bro out, man. Named Randy Porter, man, on Facebook. Randy Porter, man, good looking on. Put me on down on Kevin Samuels, man, because he seen me getting into the life coaching. Like he seen me talking to people about life coaching and everything. I just got into it. I've been into this kind of stuff for a long time, like knowing how to improve in life and all that. But I just got into actually giving the game out to people. But he put me down like, yeah, it's the man you should study right here, man. This dude know his stuff right here. So, man, I shout you out, man. Thank you for that. But my full thoughts on him, man, he was just trying to get you right. Like when dude Omar said he like black women enjoy watching Kevin Samuels because they ain't like each other, to breaking them down. And then a lot of people might say, or it might even be some men that's sensitive and like hearing them. Like when a man like to hear another man break a woman down, like it's something wrong. So it might have been people that liked it, but I'm gonna tell you my thoughts. I like hearing them. Only reason why I like hearing them talk like that to women is to bring them back into reality and showing them, no, this is not the way you go. You live in traditional times, you will have a way better results on whoever you date. Not just shaking your ass on Instagram and thinking you the boss and like thinking because you make the money, reason why you should always still be like in the leadership and all that. But it don't work like that, because I'm gonna say this though. All right, because I'm gonna make this into a topic, but I'm gonna say it real quick though. For reason why women still should submit today in 2023, for the simple fact of the reason is who they need to call when they car break down, a man, of course. What about when somebody kicked the door in? Ain't this gonna be the man job to still protect whoever break the door in? That's why women still should submit. Okay, I don't understand they making the money, but when it come out to a man, he's still the overall protector. So yes, women still should submit to a man. But yeah, Kevin was basically telling people like, yeah, you need to get your life together. Like with men, he told men you should be working like damn near 60 to 80 hours a week if you don't got your own trade and making that real money. If you're working for a job, you should be working like damn near up to 80 hours a week though. Like especially if you behind and everything like that. Like he told men the truth too. Like Like one dude told Kevin how much he weighed. So he said, "Yeah, I'm 5'7". He had to say how much you weigh, like 285. You're like, "Well, you fat, man. You fat, man. Like, man, what you doing? Like, why you ain't at the gym? Why you not changing what you eat? Why you still living the same lifestyle?" So basically, his motivation, though, okay, you might have said it ruthless and harshly, but in the reality, that's your fault why he said it like that, because once he asks you a certain question and you know it ain't gonna be correct, of course this is how he was. But man, that's my thoughts on what I thought about him, but as on what he said. But as a life coach, man, I thought he left some good things, man. I wish he never passed away, but man, he left some good things. So there's a lot of good videos if you go on his YouTube and watch a lot of his videos, a lot of good videos, man. He left some good knowledge, though, like good knowledge that, man, young people, older people, everybody can follow, though. Like very logical, very clear, and very direct with everything. Like very direct with everybody, man or women. He ain't sugarcoat nothing like that. But like, make an example. Like if I ever got on there, okay, I'm not at my full potential yet in life to be like the high value man. So if I ever got on there and he asked me questions like how much I make and all that, blase, and he find out all what I do right now, he might first thing he might say is like, yeah, you don't deserve no high value woman. Maybe an average woman, but you don't deserve no high value woman that's like celebrities and no 8, 9s, and 10s that and looks wise. He's like, he probably would have told me I don't deserve it because I'm not at my full potential doing what I'm supposed to be all the way doing yet. Like I'm working on it though. That's what this is about, self improvement. Like that's like honestly, I'm glad I'm into this. I'm glad I'm a self improvement instructor now. I'm glad I can help people in life direction though, because man, since he gone, man, we need it's gonna take like down there 10 other people that know what they talking about to even replace the man kind of knowledge that he had though, to put everything body on game and everything, no matter how it came out though. So man, like I'm only like 10% of what he can honestly give, but I know I'm good enough where I can get people to get on the right track as long as they serious though. But that's another thing. You got to be serious for yourself. If you really want it, you got to show yourself that you want it. You got to actually do the work that and get it though. Because none is ever given to you in life. Everything is earned to you in life. So you always got to show that you really willing and that you really willing to give it though. But man, if I don't know if anybody on here that's watching right now knew about them, but if you want to hop on, you can. If not, this video only gonna last about 10 more or 15 more minutes though. Because man, I came on live too on top of it too. Because man, I know I don't be on much though, but man, y'all, it's working me. Because man, I will promise you, I'm be back soon, like really soon, like with more content. It'll be times that you might see I'm on live out of nowhere. But for the people that didn't watch this, like when I'm done, just tune in and watch it later on too, though. Because man, I'm coming with it though. Like I'm coming with a lot of good topics though. And another thing, with this Kevin Samuel thing, like man, like I feel like okay, he might not be around physically because he gone, but he still put a lot of good knowledge out there where you can follow it, and he's still like present though. Like I want my knowledge to be even be good and like that too, like because I ain't gonna be here forever, but I want my everything I'm playing to still keep playing when I'm not around. I'm only saying that just for example, though. Like that's another thing about high value. I missed saying this one time, but high value is also when you can when people can use your resources and benefit from it. When they can still use your resources and benefit from it, that's great. And actually, I'm learning that's a good thing instead of feeling like people are following you and using you and all that. Actually, it's a good thing because man, that's showing how you is really a high value man. If you could really help somebody, if you can use your resources and really help somebody else understand and they can apply it, that's some good stuff though. And I feel like that was another thing that Kevin Samuels was good at too. Like all his knowledge and resources things was good. I'm gonna say I agree with about 90% of everything he said. Of course, there was a couple of small things here and there, but you should never agree with every little thing that everybody say, or you just like a yes man or sucking up to it and everything like that. But man, that was another thing I had a thoughts on. But man, as far as everything else though, man, I'm just cooling on this Friday night. Man, I'm trying to come back on. I don't know, maybe like Wednesday. I'll probably come back on here Wednesday though, and everything like that though. But another thing is too, let me add on to this too though, like Kevin Samuels, he ain't like the fact like if a woman came on his panel and she say she got like a couple kids and a couple different baby daddies and still trying to look for a new man. He used to take that real quick, like, well, how about you go back to your last baby daddy, or if she was married and got divorced, and he or not even divorced, but just not together right now. He like, well, try to make that work out. Basically, he feel like when a family plan, when a man and woman plan a family, it's like traditional. It should stay that way. It shouldn't be no step parents involved or nothing like that. I mean, it's cool sometimes, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, everybody want their own biological family, biology family though. That's what everybody want though, like their own family though. Excuse my tongue tied up though, but everybody want their own family. Like okay, you date a girl and she got a couple kids, and it's like, I mean, I'm not gonna say it ain't gonna work, but at the same time, it work a lot better though. If it's your own family though, I'm gonna put it like this because Kevin will ask a girl too. Well, can your kids discipline? Like, can your man discipline your kids that you dating that's not their biological father? And he would say yes, or he would say, not my bad, y'all. The girl would say most time the girl would say no actually on that, and then he's like, "There, my point exactly. If the stepdad can't discipline your kids, how's that gonna work?" And not only that, stepdad got to worry about the baby daddy. Maybe the baby daddy could be one of them jealous dudes that don't want his baby mom dealing with nobody else, and maybe he can be that type that want to do something about it. So that's another thing though too. Like what he was saying though, like that's why it's not good for like people to become step parents. Like I ain't saying it's bad, but at the same time I agree with some sense he was saying with that though. Like but at the same time, a lot of girls have their own kids. So I feel like if you're gonna date a girl with kids, you better get all the backstory to every little thing though too, and you got still be ready to deal with the kids without much discipline. And so you just gotta know what you're walking into before you get yourself into it though. That's my thoughts on it though. Just know what you're walking yourself into before you get into it. I ain't even saying don't do it though, because who knows? I might be, because I never know another reason why I ain't saying don't do it though, because who knows? I might be talking about it, but I might be the one who do it one day. You never know. The girl might really be just that good, but she got one kid, and I might work something out. Like, hey, like anything is possible. Like I would have to get a full background though. I would have to ask more questions though if she have a kid. But at the same time, like I don't think nothing wrong with it. Nah, I don't though. Overall, but man, I just came on here though, man, because I wanted to get my thoughts though, because I heard a few people in my inbox even say, yeah, what was your full thoughts on Kevin Samuels? Like, because he was harsh. I know I'm not harsh, but he was harsh. So of course people wanted to know my thoughts on it. Like, nah, the truth is the truth. Okay, it came out harshly, but at the same time, there's only he's still giving you good advice to follow it. It's on you to follow it, but at the same time, you're still getting the good advice. So look at it like that, though. Even if you know a person, everybody got one in their family that might speak harshly, but give you good advice. Man, I'm at the point now. I still take it because the simple fact of the reason is, man, it's beneficial though. Like anything beneficial, man, you might well just keep it moving, because man, if it ain't beneficial, then you got a right to say, nah, don't talk to me like that. It ain't true. So you gotta not be delusional on yourself and don't try to pass it on to me. Then that's when it's more different to say that. But man, honestly, even if anybody saying the truth, but it really benefiting you, I still recommend you to take it though, because man, oh man, that's another thing though. The way Kevin Samuels talked, especially like where a lot of people say he ain't like the way they talk to women, but the way he talked to them is like directly, because what it is, a lot of women, modern, especially these modern women, and these men that's being simping, that's too soft to speak up, they is not used to being told. They is not used to really getting told like the truth like that. they got spoiled where everybody telling them what they want to hear. Kevin Samuels was tell you like, okay, I'm not gonna tell them what they want to hear. I'm gonna tell them what they need to hear. Where the stuff they need to hear to improve and get your stuff going. Like no, he was definitely disrespectful at times. Man, I mean at the same time, yeah, he might have called somebody like fat or might have said something crazy, but at the same time, it was beneficial though, like very, very beneficial. Like I feel like I benefit a lot off of it. Okay, yeah, okay, it might have been offensive at times, but at the same time, it was still wasn't wrong though. Gotta agree that it wasn't wrong though. But I appreciate you saying your input on it though. But yeah, that's what I just wanted to come on here and talk about it though, because since I'm a life coach now and he was a life coach, people wanted to hear my thoughts on him as a person though. I wish he didn't pass away, and people that celebrate him that passed away at the time when he passed away back in May of 2022, like when you celebrate anybody who passed away, no matter how they was, it's like a wrong thing to follow too. Like man, like I don't get that either though. But yeah, y'all, this not meant to be a long video or nothing like that. It's gonna be a short one, lesson somebody come on. If you're not, I'm about to end it in like 3 good minutes though. I just wanted to get my full thoughts on Kevin Samuels. Like as a life coach, I think he was a great life coach actually. If you came with your stuff together, he criticized less of you. Yes, it come off ruthless. Yes, it come off harsh. But at the same time, it was the reality of the truth, though. He was just saying it like that because you should know better, though. Like especially if you're grown, especially for men, even you should know better if you ain't doing right. So it takes somebody to get in your behind, and say, "Yo, change your act. You need to get yourself together. You shouldn't be living like this." Like he told men, like especially if they at home talking to him, like, "Why you ain't working an extra hustle right now? Why you still in this house? What you doing? You shouldn't even be on here talking to me. You should be on your A game." Even after hearing that, that should make you want to do that, like even more. Like it's for the simple fact of reason, not that somebody told you though, because you know you behind in bills, you know you probably in credit card debt, you know you need to catch up on everything else. So especially if you know you behind, if it relates to you, go follow. But of course, you know if it don't relate to you, you know you ain't behind, you know you're doing good for yourself. I mean, if you learn something from it, cool. But at the same time, you don't gotta follow everything just because somebody told you to do it. But if you know it fits you and you told him what's going on, like another thing is he asks you certain questions. You tell him what's going on. He give him his input, telling you like not trying to criticize you that like or just try to say that you automatically wrong, but he just telling you like straight up like it's not gonna work like that. Like he been there, done that, or it could just be like he know offhand, off experience, it's not gonna work like that. Like a girl that's barely doing anything, wanting a 6-figure incoming man, he basically say you don't deserve a 6-figure man. You got 3 kids with 3 different baby daddies. What kind of man that's make 6 figures earning you think gonna accept that kind of lifestyle that you got and got to pick up the slack of their kids' daddy that didn't pick up their slack, like they ain't pick up their own slack. Her baby daddies for their kids. So why should a man? It don't matter what kind of man, but he would say, but why would a man that makes 6-figure earnings should accept that with you? Basically, that makes sense though. Like this everything. I ain't gonna say everything he said, but a good majority, more like at least 90% was everything he was saying was just like logical that you could take in and like add into your lifestyle. But yeah, y'all, I'm about to end it here. I just wanted to give my good video real quick because I ain't been on in a while. So man, I just wanted to chop it up and everything. But considering which what do you consider a high value woman? Oh, that's a good question. Let me man, I'm glad you asked that. Let me chop it up with that. A high value woman. That's a great question. It ain't about your income. I'm gonna tell you right now, because a lot of women would say, I bring a bag to the table and I got my business and everything. That's cool and dandy and everything. But a high value woman is a woman that got high self esteem. That's number one. You gotta have high self esteem as a woman. Like care how you look, care about your parents, you care about how you carry yourself and everything like that. Cause us men, we like women that carry themselves as women, and not like a man, honestly. So carrying yourself like like doing what you need to do as a woman, making sure you look good, make sure you smell good, make sure you just keep yourself up like as a woman should do. Like okay, you making sure you intact, like okay, and even in person, you making sure you ain't walking around with a stank attitude. You making sure you're in a good, happy place. Cause I'm gonna tell you like this: the more feminine a woman is, actually, the feminine women are the more happier ones. The masculine ones are not as happy because they feel like they got more to achieve. They feel like they gotta get this, or if they don't, they ain't gonna be happy. Another thing I say, high value woman is like a kind woman, a submissive woman that's not too competitive, but only when she need to be, like somebody messing with her kids or herself and her man ain't around. That's the only time I feel like a woman should be more on a protective side and a masculine frame and all that. But a woman that's just respect herself too, like that's willing to self improve too. Like self improvement woman is a very very have high value because like say if you got hurt from your last relationship and you're going and you don't go into the next one right away. You self improve on yourself. You figure out, all right, what he did wrong, what you did wrong. You work on yourself, and you want to prove yourself in areas that you know that you're gonna work on yourself because nobody's perfect. So I feel like that too. Like as a high value woman, like you want to always just work on yourself and improve on yourself and make sure you're a better version of yourself every day. Like don't do the same things you did yesterday and years ago. Don't do the same things you did like 6 months ago. And even if they bad habits, don't keep doing the same thing like going to the club or wearing stuff that shaking your behind and all that. Lower your class as a woman when you're shaking your behind at a club and all that because everybody going to see that if you go into a club and then you having drinks and stuff, who knows what can happen. So a woman that actually respect herself by not passing her bodies around is another high value woman too because women look for men with a future. We look for women what they did, what they passed only because when when you had a lot of bodies, you're not gonna take men serious, and especially if you ain't date the right men. You're gonna say that's why that will make women say men ain't this, men ain't ish, and I need a real man and all that because a lot of times you just date the wrong ones. So that's what I consider as a high value woman, one who care about herself, that take care of herself, one that ain't passing her body around, and one that still want to self improve and work on herself and get better. That's what I consider as a high value woman. That's a good question though, because the question is always who is a high value man, but a lot of people don't answer what a high value woman. I hope I answered it well for you though. But yeah, if you ever want to join the stream, you can though. I always can send a link. Join the stream though. Let's talk, man. That's what I'm on here for. But man, I got some equipment coming in a few days. I'm going on YouTube next week though. So man, tune in, y'all, cause man, once I go on YouTube, man, it's gonna be on and popping though. YouTube is where it's at though. I'm just on Facebook right now because I was getting myself established. But man, I wanted to get my knowledge up and get people going on, showing people what I'm really doing over here with it though. So yeah, y'all, I'm about to end the stream. I love talking to a good old stream for a good half an hour tonight. And man, y'all, I'm probably be back on here in a few days. So in a few days, I still ain't talk about my topic yet, but the next topic going to be about is it wrong for a woman to propose to a man? And guess what? I'm not going to talk about nothing about that topic yet until I come on Wednesday. But I'm thinking about coming on Wednesday if you want to hop on though. Man, what you thought about my answer I gave you though for high value women? Type it in real quick. Just cause we if I ain't especially if I ain't get it right, we gonna talk about it together though. Anyway, regardless what you thought, what I said or not, we gonna talk about it together though of a high value woman though. Cause man, you can have your input on them, have my input. Cause a man and woman always gonna have they own input on everything though. But Yeah, y'all. I enjoyed this. I hope everybody have a good Friday night. Try not to get too drunk, man, and just behave yourself though. But at the same time, have that fun though. We only live one life though, so I can't knock you having your good old fun though. But man, about to end the stream. Nah, talk with y'all later. All right.